this is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Folks, what an opportunity we're presenting to you right here. Whether you're running a live wrestling show, you're looking for an autograph session, if you're a small business looking to pump some sizzle into it, never mind a gym where you can bring in a member of not only the WWE Hall of Fame, but the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame. Talking about Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, can come to you live.
Well, you know, I've been pretty lucky. The first lucky thing that happened to me, I was born in the greatest country in the history of the world, the United States of America. And I feel that what happened to me could only happen in this great nation of ours. But also, I have learned that experience is the best teacher. And I've been in the bodybuilding world and the wrestling world, excuse me, for many, many years. And what all of us know, our time here on earth is short. And we learn a lot. There's things that I learned in both bodybuilding and in wrestling that are not being taught no more, that probably even been forgotten about or not even known about. So my experience in the bodybuilding world, like when you go into a gym today, they got all the equipment set up in the gym. So you don't have to do a lot of, you don't need a lot of creativity to get a decent workout, which make it good. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my day, we walk into a gym, you have to be creative. And for those in the gym, what they don't realize, after 6 to 8 weeks, your body become accustomed to whatever you're doing, which means your progress will come to a complete stop. So you have to figure out another way of doing your workout so you're going to keep progressing in your workout. It's like in wrestling. What I did in 1980 don't fit what is going on in 2015. You know, the wrestling business changed, bodybuilding changed. But for those that can't afford a membership, and if you got a home gym or a gym in your basement or a gym in your garage, and you only got a limited supply of equipment, it is good to know how to be as versatile as possible on what you got. You know, I always tell a lot of my students, you don't need all these fancy machines and all these different things to build a great physique or to be in great shape. You take like Charles Atlas, who was the first Atlas and one of my heroes, he never even used weights. He did what you call dynamic tension, and where he would push against an immovable force and hold that pressure on it. And he did what they call isometrics, which they found out would develop the body as well as full range motion exercises. So I know how to do isometric, I know how to do concentric exercise, I know how to do eccentric exercises, I know how to do cardio, and I know how to do self-defense. So it's a broad range of fitness that I could bring to a gym or bring to not just a gym, but in your home.
You even come to folks' homes.
Yeah, yes. A lot of people, they are, you know, they set up equipment. Like for example, for numerous months, I got a gym set up in my basement at my house. So if I wake up in the morning, like most of us did this morning, and you got 6 to 8 or 12 inches of snow on the ground, the last thing you want to do is go out and shovel and clean off the car, drive to 15 minutes to a gym, work out, and drive 15 minutes back. Whereas you could get up in the morning, go down to your gym in the basement, do your workout, come back up, get some breakfast, relax a little bit, then go do your shoveling. But you got that part out of the way. Or if you just don't feel like driving or dealing with the traffic in Boston and some areas, have a great deal
You're
of
available
traffic.
anywhere in the world, brother.
Yeah, and so if you don't want to deal with the traffic, or you can always do it at home. And it's money saving too by doing it at home. Not putting nothing against gyms. I love working out in gyms, but some people, not all, but some people much rather do it at home. And the good thing about doing it at home, you could be with the family, and you could do your training at the same time.
Right.
And for all them you married men out there, I know your wife will love the fact that you don't have to leave the house. Or if you get off work at 5 o'clock, instead of getting off work, going to a gym, you can come home and work out. and get the same benefits. And what gives you the same benefit as someone going to the gym is knowledge. Knowledge is the key to success.
That's what Bob Snow always said, but that's a different story for a different time.
Right.
Tony, we know all about your bodybuilding acclamations, but what about the fun you bring to a live professional wrestling event? An autograph or a photo session, whether it's at a store or a convention. All the interactions you've had with small businesses over the years, and sometimes even a sponsor. The possibilities are limitless. I know you've gone to corporate functions. I know you've done birthday parties before. I know you've done great in-ring seminars like we've worked on together to try and teach the next generation. Tell the fans a little bit about what you can bring to the table in the professional wrestling platform.
Well, not only do I bring my experience in wrestling and bodybuilding, one of the things, well, as people would know, in the olden days, they used to have wrestlers, and they would call them the good guy and the bad guy. And the bad guy was the type of guy who was very unsociable. He didn't like people. He didn't like being around people. The good guy, on the other hand, his greatest assets were not in the ring. His greatest asset was on the outside of the ring. So when we meet fans, the one thing that we try to do is make that person feel good that he met us. He want to be happy that he met us. And we want to talk to him and let him know that we know bigger than him or any smaller than him, and he no bigger or small enough that we all equal here in the wrestling universe.
Right.
To a real professional wrestler, the fans are, if not more important than Vince McMahon, than wrestling against John Cena or wrestling against The Undertaker. The fan is just as important. And I love people. I can't help it. I like people. So when people that have been with me, and you well know, I got what's called a gift of gab. Once I get a talking, it's no problem getting me to talk. The problem is getting me to shut up. Because I love people that much, and every question they ask me, I want to give it to them. Everything they want to know, I want to tell them. Because like I say, our time here on earth is very short. So I want to give back. You know, I learned all these things. I learned from Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno in bodybuilding, Lee Haney in bodybuilding, Pete Gronkowski in wrestling, Harley Race, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. And just recently, I learned stuff from Mark Henry. I learned stuff from Triple H. So I'm constantly learning. Not only did I learn from Killer Kowalski and Ox Baker of the past, I also had learned from The Miz. I also had learned from Mark Henry. I also had learned, and this is weird, I learned from 3 generations of wrestling. First wrestler I learned from was Bob Orton Sr. I learned some stuff from him. Then I learned some stuff from Bob Orton Jr.
Yep.
Then I learned stuff from Randy Orton. So that was a family that have taught me something. All
3 generations.
All 3 generations. And the same thing with the Henneys. First there was Larry the Axe Hennett, and then there was Kurt Hennett, and then we got a Hennett out there wrestling now.
Curtis Axel, yeah.
Curtis Axel. So I have learned from all 3 of them generations. From promoter, I worked for Vince McMahon Sr., I worked for Vince McMahon Jr., and I also worked for Stephanie McMahon, which was the WWF, the WWF, and the WWE, and ECW. So I have gotten experience not just from the 50s and 60s, but also got it from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and up to 2000. So I was very fortunate to be in contact with all of these, with all these wonderful, wonderful people that have took the time and effort to teach me. So I figured if they took the time out of their hard working day to teach me different things about their profession, bodybuilding and wrestling, then I figure it's my time to give back.
Well, folks, if you're in the Northeast, Tony's located in Portland, Maine. You know, you can travel to certain spots, so
Yes.
you fly out of Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
Very reasonable cost. You're still a working man. I don't think that's what some fans realize.
Yeah.
You appreciate the opportunity to have these appearances.
Yep, because one thing I learned, if I got the ability to bench press 400 pounds, why not? If I got the ability to get in the ring and wrestle for 10 to 15 minutes with a person half my age, why not? You know, if I still got the physique and the strength of a 40-year-old, why not use it? You know, Life is very, very short, so you want to get all that you can out of it. My mom used to always say, enjoy today, for tomorrow is promised to no one. And you only get out of something what you put into it.
That's right.
And you want to get as much out of life as you possibly can and learn as much as you could learn from all the great people that have did so many wonderful things in this country. That's how I got mans, and now I'm trying to take, so everything I teach you, I can't take credit for. If I teach you something about bodybuilding, then I got to give credit to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I got to give credit to Lou Ferrigno. If anything I teach you about wrestling, I can't take credit for it. I got to give credit to Harley Race. I got to give credit to Ric Flair. I got to give credit to Killer Kowalski, because these was my teacher.
That's
and all
right.
I'm doing is just passing it on.
All right, wrestling fans, unbelievably hearing it from the man himself. If you want to bring Tony Atlas to your town, check out BostonWrestling.com. See Tony Atlas live.